Woods report. So a lot going on. Well, more like world stuff. Why are you making that face?
Because you say that every day. But you know what?
I don't say that every day. Sometimes I say there's something
you
going
say
on.
it a lot, but usually
I don't say that every day.
You say it a lot, Mom. A lot going on. Thank you.
I say sometimes it's a lot. I say not a lot going on.
Majority of the time you will say a lot's going on. But I'm getting to a point that I'm supporting you. Actually, every day something is going on.
Yeah.
We may capture it and we may miss it.
Right.
Y'all may even notice something that,
right.
They didn't talk about that today.
Right. Some things I don't want to talk about. It's stupid.
I know.
Some things are so stupid. And then there are some things that we talk about that's stupid. But I just do it because I could add something to it that maybe is personal.
Like what? Being heavy on the plane?
Yeah.
That's not stupid.
I'm saying about a celebrity or something.
Fun to it, but that's serious.
No, some of the celebrity stuff is just stupid.
Okay.
Nobody cares about them like that.
They get in a fight.
Yeah.
Or if a phone is thrown at them on stage.
Nobody cares. Yeah. So today's big hot topic, I guess, is Cornel West. Mm-hmm. You were saying they was talking about that on The View.
Yeah, you and I have two different opinions on him in the race.
Yeah.
Not so much, I'm not party driven, so I could
care less.
It's not that I can care less.
Right.
Because I was just telling my sister before we went on live, anybody in that position affects us in some way, whether you're Republican, a Democratic, Green Party,
Correct.
Independent. Whatever decisions they make or don't make, it may hurt you. It may like, oh man, why you change the law on that?
Right.
So that was my thing. And if you feel like he has a good reason for being in this race.
Well, here's my thing. Because I'm not a Democrat, I don't care that the Democrats are upset that Cornel West is in the race. Mm-hmm. Apparently, the Democrats are upset that Cornel West is in the race.
I can see why, though.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't care because you want to put all your eggs in one basket with Biden. You're not supporting any other person that wants to run as a Democrat. They pretty much told anybody, if you run as a Democrat, we're not supporting you. So you know what? Because of that, maybe you will lose. Hopefully, I want them to lose, actually.
Well, think about it. We're a little bit liberal when it comes to the parties in general, because you and I can go both ways. I'm like
liberal
Sarah.
On what?
Not. I'm liberal on not taking a stand on a specific party. That's what I meant.
Yeah, both of them suck.
Like Sarah says on The View, I'm independent. And whatever is going my way as far as what my important priorities are,
yes,
I go towards that. And it may be a different person from each party that we may select. But I do understand why the Democrats, people who are party driven, why they are a little concerned, because they went back to Hillary Clinton when they mentioned the gentleman who was running third party, Green Party. Yeah. And he stole some votes. They feel like he's getting in there. He stayed to the very end. He didn't drop out. Yeah. He stayed in there. So people who probably took him like, hey, I like him. I don't like Hillary. Right. I like him. Right. And they voted for him. So that could have been a vote, even though they don't like Hillary. Yeah. Trump won.
Okay, but here's the thing. Who cares? That's their party. Okay, so let me explain my thing. That is somebody who is a Democrat who's concerned, right? They're concerned because they're a Democrat and they want a Democrat
don't want
to
a
win.
Republican to win.
Exactly. For me, I don't care, because it doesn't matter to me if a Democrat wins or if a Republican wins.
What if the Republican person is DeSantis?
See that? Okay, here's my thing.
Would that change the whole argument?
Yeah. Here's my thing.
Okay.
Cornel West, this is what I believe Cornel West is doing. Mm-hmm. I believe Cornel West is in this race to hold Biden's feet to the fire. You said you was going to do all this stuff loan forgiveness and all this stuff for black people and HBCUs and this and that and the other. And we want to see it. Now, until we see it, the George Floyd bill passed and all that other stuff, why should black people just blindly go to the poll and vote for Joe Biden? I'm tired of Democrats assuming that all black people are going to vote Democrat, but regardless of what you tell us and what you do.
But one of the comments that a person from the Democratic Party made, he was saying, using numbers from the last time a person did the Green Party and Independent Party, he says this is not a time to do a test run and let me get my foot in there.
You mean somebody bought by the Democrats?
No, I'm just saying, I see what they're saying. This is not unless you are planning on stepping out when it comes to the final count, because you know whether you're saying it's right. Blacks don't assume, but you know that if you go to the very end, there's a very strong chance you will split the vote. And the Republican Party, that a lot of people don't want, democratically, to win.
And what about this? What about the fact that black people at this point, we don't care? But if you say, this is pretty much what Democrats are telling us. If Cornel West stays in, he'll split the vote and you may end up with a Republican who you won't get the things that you want. Well, guess what? We're still not getting what we want and we have Democrats. So to me, you got one or two choices. Black people are not showing up at the polls. They're just not going to show up. That's it. They're just not going to vote. A lot of them aren't going to vote. Or you're going to have black people who show up excited because of Cornel West, if he stays in. Either way, to me, you either get no vote or you get a vote that goes to Cornel West. Either way, you're not going to get black people's vote. And whoever runs against Joe Biden is going to win. It doesn't matter whoever the Republican is, whether it's Trump, DeSantis, whoever's on that bill. They got like 20 of them. I do not believe, unless, again, I've said this on our show before, Joe Biden can win if he pulls the ace out of his sleeve, which all presidents do at the last minute, which is a war or some pandemic, something crazy that people will say, oh, we can't switch presidents. Mark my words, guys. 2024 is going to come. You're going to hear me say this all this year. You're going to hear me say this all next year until the election. Watch some crazy pandemic or some war, will be World War III or something crazy to where they're going to say you can't skip president. You can't trade a president during the middle of this. So that's the only way Joe Biden will win. But other than that, he's not going to win.
But you know what thought came to me when we were talking to our dad? Because our dad is Democrat. That's his party.
Is he? I don't think so. He voted for Reagan. Daddy is not Democrat.
So he's like us. I guess he goes both ways. But
he voted for Obama. We vote for who we like.
But the conversation during the year that when Obama, not what's her name?
Hillary?
Was running. When Hillary was running. My dad didn't like Hillary.
Right.
He didn't vote.
See? And that's what's going to happen now.
But here's the thing. This is the concerning part. I get what you're saying, and that may very truly happen again. When we talked to my dad about Trump, all that, he had negative names to say. And I sat there and I thought about it. How many blacks who don't like Biden or tired of him or he ain't doing what he's promised to, if the Republican person who wins, maybe a Trump, maybe a vice president, maybe a DeSantis, now they're complaining like the children of Israel when they were brought out of Egypt. Why you leave us here to die? Because you didn't vote.
Well, here's the thing.
So it may get worse if you have a Republican, if you are Democratic in the House.
But this is what you guys have to understand. And I don't know how many times I have to say this.
Them, right?
Not you too.
No, because I don't do parties.
No, I'm saying what you have to understand.
I'm trying to talk for them. I'm representing the Democratic people today.
We don't care about them. Okay. This is what y'all have to understand. We went through a thing. We talked about this on a previous show. Young black people, a lot of them like Trump.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that.
I don't know what to tell y'all. I watch YouTube all the time.
That basketball. Who was it a football player?
I'm on Twitch. I'm on every social media. I'm on Snapchat. I'm on everything that the young kids are on.
What athlete was that saw him coming by? Was that a football player?
He was at the UFC thing, and they was going crazy. DJ Academics and Jadion, all of them.
We'll see.
But here's the thing. Their parents are choking them and saying, I don't care how much you like Trump. He better not win. But when people go in and pull and poke the whatever or mark whatever page, they're going to vote for who they want to vote for. And some people want to vote for Trump because they want to see what happens.
It's like a big reality TV show in the White House.
How can a convicted felon,
let's see if he's going to win,
run for president?
And if he wins, let's see if they let him be the president.
What happens? Now he's convicted because we believe he has 1 million cases. One of them got to stick. So let's assume.
They're throwing everything at him.
Let's assume he's going to be a convicted felon. Okay. And he has to serve time. We all know that's not going to be behind bars. It'll probably be a house arrest.
Yes. One of his mansions.
You know how cool that is for young people, for the president of the United States
like having swag,
to have an ankle bracelet.
Because a lot of people would go, I get it, I get it, because I had one.
And I told you, we're not those sisters. What's those sisters? Everybody keeps saying the one that died.
The Diamond and
Silk. We're not Diamond and Silk. But I will say this. There is an excitement about Trump being president.
I think my mom is even excited about that.
But people don't want to say it because it sounds bad.
Yes.
And here's the thing. It's sad that our competitor is Joe Biden. Because then you feel like, what's the worst that can happen?
We were happy, definitely, when the Obamas. It was like, my God, a black man in the White House.
If we was up here talking
black man in the White House.
If we was up here talking Trump and Obama running, and I was saying, Cornel could get in if he wants to, and we could. Then I can see you choking us.
Man, Cornel, sit your.
Then I can
like
see
the
you.
Grandmother used to say, sit your.
I can see you choking me. I can see you choking Cornel. See what I'm saying? You don't got time to be playing games, buddy.
You make grandma cuss.
But Biden.
I'll backslap you if you running. Not with Obama.
The Biden?
Well,
come on, man.
I'm trying to think out loud for Democratic parties. He gives them the jitters because they feel should. And you know what? A lot of it could be what you're saying. Minorities, people of color. They see another opportunity maybe for a brother to get in the house.
Can I ask you a question? Why do we care that the Democrats feel jittered about it? They should. Why should they think automatically because we're black?
Don't take it for granted.
We are going to show up and vote for Joe Biden.
And that's good though that I guess
I don't like that.
Look at it on both sides. Cornel is a very intelligent man.
Yeah.
He knows what he's talking about. So he's like another black man is a threat to a lot of you white conservatives and a lot of you white people in general.
White liberals too.
Oh my God, a black man from Harvard.
He's actually thinking and he actually is not going along with what we're telling him to do. Mm-hmm. You mean they're actually going to make us start doing stuff? And we can't just do campaign promises? We can't
just lay back and just chill until the next year.
That black people...
So we'll see what his I'm sure he's been talking about what his plan is, his agenda, because he's running now. So I'm sure that's his plan in general.
The Democrats say this is not the time to order an experiment.
That's what I meant.
This is not the time to play around on the margins, warned DNC Chairman Jamie Harrison, a close Biden confidant. Why do we have to listen to her tell us this isn't the right time? Who is she? See, that's the thing. I'm tired of Democrats doing that.
That's not right, though, because I see what she's saying. It's just the fact that she's saying it. A lot of people feel that way. They feel like, brother, this ain't the time to do no experiment. Get out of the race.
And why are they?
Let us lean all towards Biden.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Why are they diminishing this black man running and saying he's an experiment?
No, they're saying that why is he getting in a third party as whatever his agenda is? Don't do that now.
Can I tell you why?
Maybe a later time.
No, can I tell you why? Because he couldn't run as a Democrat because they said they're not supporting Democrats. Anybody who runs on the Democratic ticket against Biden will not be supported.
But I think they're thinking too, Kim, let's be realistic. This is not Biden running against Bush. This is not Biden running against Cheney. This is not Biden running against, what's his name that passed away? Trump. And that's probably why they're saying, dude, this is not a time for no experiments. We're trying to get Trump out.
But he is not.
So he got a lot of people following him, and you jumping in with, I get it.
All right.
You're upset. He ain't doing what he's supposed to do. You got other things and other ideals to do this. But this is not the time to do it, Cornel.
It is the time to do it. I agree with Cornel. And I don't care if he stays all the way to the end. Because you didn't want him to run as a Democrat. And because Democrats said, how come we can't...
Kennedy is running as a Democrat.
How come we can't have 20 people running as a Democrat?
But Kennedy is running.
No, is he getting any support? Is he running as a Democrat, y'all?
I think he is. Didn't we hear that in the news that one of the Kennedys is running against Biden?
No, not as a Democrat.
I thought he was running as a Democrat. Check and see, though. Is that like an automatic for Biden? No one runs against him?
Nobody runs against him.
Because I didn't know how it's set up. When you already the president, can someone run against you?
The fact that we don't even know tells you that he's not getting no press.
I know he's running unless he sat down.
No, it's a small group. 2024, Biden, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and Maureen. That lady. That's right.
Two people running against him.
That lady too. I forgot about her.
Why isn't Cornel not running against
Marianne Williamson. I forgot about her.
Is there a lot of things a lot of things that Cornel just don't agree with the Democratic Party?
Yeah. Remember, he spoke out against Obama, and that's a lot of black people was like, "Why are you speaking out against Obama?" Black people act like you can't speak out against Obama. No, like Obama was perfect.
But you know what? I like what Colin Powell said.
He wasn't perfect. No, he did some stuff.
He wasn't perfect, but I like how Colin Powell came at it.
What did he say?
When Colin Powell is a Republican. He says, I am going to vote for Obama.
Yeah.
Negro, I do get it. You're strong on your party. You're strong on your beliefs. But if you, for some reason, people feel like this is our very first time getting a black man in the White House. He's an intelligent black man. He's a handsome black man. He's not controversial. Even though you don't agree with all 10 of his points and you only agree with maybe 2 of them, can you at least sit down and go, I'm going to let him be in the White House to give him an opportunity. And then while he's in, hopefully the senators and whoever will fight against whatever they feel they need to do. I don't think that, for me personally, I feel like anybody who was against him at the very first time, I don't like that. I'm sorry.
Against who? Obama?
Against Obama. I like the fact that Colin Powell even said, I'm voting for him.
Yeah.
Thank you, Colin.
Well, here's the thing.
Rest in peace.
So let's see what happens.
Okay.
Cornel is running for that Green Party.
Green Party.
And there are 3 running for Democrat who they don't support at all. They only been talking about Biden.
Kennedy because of his name.
And Kennedy's not really, when I was listening to him, he's not really
Democratic.
He's more like progressive, I think. Like he's
like Bernie.
Yeah, he's like more. I think so. I'm not sure. I got to look at him and that lady too. Whereas Biden is like Democrat. He's like,
we need to sit and listen to Cornel and see what his views are and how different. Yeah, I need to go to his website and really pay attention to how different is his view from the Democratic way. So,
well, I don't really, to me, I'm not a Democrat. So I'm
just saying I want to hear what he may be saying something that I may like, oh, wow, Cornel, you're right. Yeah. You're right. Okay, I get it. Because I don't like either other views on that.
So the story is that the Democrats are feeling jitterish over Cornel West running. They feel like he's going to be a threat if he goes all the way to the end,
split the votes.
And that he'll split the vote. My view is that if he does, I don't care. Or he's not going to split the vote. If he gets out, they're not going to vote for Biden anyway. People just not going to show up.
Okay.
And my position is, what's going on with our lights?
I don't know. I hope it's not a storm.
Storm a coming. I said a storm is a coming.
Mad dog.
No, I'm doing Martin. Mad dogs.
Mad dogs are coming. I said mad dogs are coming.
And we prep. So.
Yep. Are your lights flickering?
Yeah, it's probably the storm. It's a storm coming.
Storm is passing over.
And my other position is that even if he gets out, black people aren't going to vote for Biden anyway. The Republican is going to win, whoever is the Republican. Biden has a chance if Trump is the nominee. Because people hated Trump so much last time, who never voted just so Trump wouldn't win.
Exactly.
Any other Republican, I'm sorry, they're going to win.
But they were saying, like you were saying, once they started hearing Pence talk, they're starting to change their minds now. The mega group and some of them who are kind of leaning towards a mega feeling, they're like, wow, Pence pretty much brought some light to some things.
But it all depends on who Trump's vice president is. Because a lot of the people who are the mega people and the Republicans are going to vote for Trump because they know he won't be able to fulfill being a president.
Being arrested.
So they're really going to support him, really to support whoever the vice president is.
And knowing Trump, he may not even pick any of those people, even though they may get on his side or whatever. Well, we thought about Tim Scott because he's black. He'll be a token.
He might vote
get some black votes.
If he picks Tim Scott or a woman who's not crazy like Marjorie and them, he's definitely gonna win president
because they'll know that they'll be the one doing the job. He may pick that lady. Now this is sad. He may pick that lady in Arizona.
That's what I'm saying. I said somebody not crazy.
No.
I'm thinking Carrie Lane.
Yeah.
No, he won't pick. If he picks somebody not crazy like her or Marjorie,
I mean, I'll see him picking the lady running now
if he picks Nikki Haley. He's in because he's in because women, even though she's not pro-choice,
pro-life,
and that's the other thing that people got to start to realize. Even though they poll people and they say the majority of Americans are pro-choice or pro-life, whatever, most people, this is my opinion, they don't care. Unless you plan on going out to have an abortion, they don't care. But we care about Social Security,
the problem is
Medicaid,
but the problem is too. The main thing about that is just letting people do what they want to do with their own bodies.
Yeah.
But they say the abortion numbers are not high.
No.
Majority of people don't have an abortion. Most of them are very conservative. They're either Christian.
The media
they take life very personal.
The media is making people think it's a bigger issue than what it is.
Your rights away.
Nobody cares.
We're going to make the decision.
And believe it or not, the majority of this country is conservative. I know y'all don't want to hear that. It is. The large cities aren't. That's why you get these big mass numbers from like LA and Chicago and New York and Miami. But when you go to small town USA, most people are conservative. They don't care about stuff like that. They care about property taxes.
I think people don't like the ideal of their freedom being taken to choose.
That part, yes.
Don't tell me what to do with my body. And if they did get pregnant for whatever reason, they still may not have an abortion.
And the reason why they don't like Trump, and a lot of it isn't his policies, they just don't like him. They don't want him. They think he's divisive. He causes friction in the country.
Yeah,
he's a troublemaker.
Talk about you.
He's an embarrassment to the rest of the world. Ask them about policy, and most of them will be like, I don't know. What does he think about HBCU? I don't know. What does he think about? I don't know. What does he think about 6-week abortion terms? I don't know.
They like it.
What does he think about Social Security? I don't know. But I just don't like him.
I don't know. I don't know what he thinks about that. I just know I like him.
Right. Or don't like him.
Because he tell you off, and I like how he throws shade.
Right.
Okay.
So mix that with a good, strong vice president, and he's going to win. Because they know they're not voting for him. They're voting for the vice president, and he's going to be locked up in Mar-a-Lago.
And we're hoping from the very first time when he was running, because he's narcissist, that he's not thinking to pick somebody he can still tell what to do.
Well, he's a moron. See, most people who aren't morons would say this is a prime opportunity for the country to move ahead. I'll pick a vice president because I'm going to be locked up in Mar-a-Lago. He's not. He's a moron.
houses.
So I'm gonna be locked up.
They're not gonna lock me.
I'm gonna be locked up. I'm being realistic. I'm gonna be locked up in Mar-a-Lago with a bracelet on my leg, and I'm not gonna be able ankle bracelet, and I'm not gonna be able to travel. So I'm gonna have to forfeit being the president of the United States. I'm going to get a vice president who can move the country forward because I actually care about the country. That's not him. He doesn't care about the country. So because of that, he probably will pick Kerry from Arizona or Marjorie Taylor Greene.
It'll be interesting, though. You're right, to see him win because his family is not, other than his sons. Who else he gonna be putting in those different groups?
Nobody.
See, nobody wants to be with him. They're scared of him. He may throw them under the bus. He's tarnished.
And he has stuff on everybody.
Yeah.
He is Denzel Washington in Training Days. I got papers on all of y'all.
Getting mad.
All of y'all.
I'm like, Negro, you messed up. Now, and there ain't nobody coming to help you now.
See? Trump is Denzel Washington at the end. He scared people so much. Giuliano's hair dye coming all down his face.
Nervous.
He's nervous. My mother said Giuliani's going to jail. I said, no, he's not. He's in there cutting the deal with the FBI, telling them everything they need to know.
His daughter and his son-in-law.
Everybody is.
Yeah.
He's not going to jail because he's going to spill the beans.
Yeah.
And Trump's family is spilling the beans, and everybody's spilling the beans. They're going to put it all on him. And he's a moron because he doesn't realize what's happening to him. He's still saying, he still thinks that these people are going to climb the wall of the White House and Capitol for him. One time, buddy. One time you got it. We all know that if they was black people and Latino people, they would have shot us down the minute. They would have gotten us in the park while we was talking about it. You know, the guy on the stage. We're going to march as soon as he say march. What we're going to do, guys, we're going to march. They would took him out right at the podium.
They wouldn't even let us park our cars to even come and gather.
And then when we trying to come, then we would have been like, okay, let's march on over to the Capitol. No, you know what? We not stupid. Black people ain't stupid.
I don't know.
The first black guy who would have said, let's march over to the Capitol, brothers would have been like, man, I'm going... What's that? Y'all having a barbecue over?
I don't know.
All right,
because I trust our people. We do everything on social media. We showing our guns on social media. We showing us robbing somewhere.
We ain't climbing.
We will show y'all that we get ready to march on the Capitol.
When have you seen rioters and down in Beverly Hills and stuff? No, they'll let you tear up your own. You know, let's go down to Pastor Johnson's church and rip it apart on MLK Boulevard. The cops would be like, "See ya," but say, "Let's go to
Hollywood Boulevard."
No, who's a pastor?
Oh,
a rich
Joel
pastor.
Osteen
We're gonna march down to Joel Osteen's church and kick in the doors, and we're gonna dismantle. It'll be a whole row. All the Navy base will be all around that building. Army.
What was the movie we saw where everybody pulled a gun out? Was it Furious?
I forgot what you. Yeah, I forgot.
Everybody in the crowd had a gun and pointing at them.
That's what that is.
That's what they would do to us.
Trump is still in this moron world of thinking he's going to get the mega people to climb the walls again. That's not happening. They locking these people up.
Yeah, they are.
And the FBI is, you know what the FBI is doing? The FBI is going to these little small towns with the militia groups, and they've infiltrated it. Some guy named Bubba is in the group, and he's an FBI agent. And he's going back and telling the FBI, don't worry. Do you think they're gonna climb the? No, man. We talking in the meeting about there's nothing.
Well, they had him on the front of the Judiciary Court today.
Who?
The FBI, the people over that whole thing.
You believe that?
Trying to ask them questions.
Do you believe that?
Did you know? Were you aware that there were undercover FBI agents in the and
you know they talked to them before that, right? This is what Jim Johnson and them did. The FBI called him. So, they got secret rooms and stuff in the White House and the Capitol building. So they went down there with him and it brought him in and sat him down and said, okay, we got to do this in front of the American people. This is allegedly, I'm throwing this out. And so Jim is like, I got to throw you some hardball questions so people won't think it's real. All right, but just keep it, be okay with
practice
it.
On
if you go off the record or go off of what we talked about, I'll have papers on you too, Jim. Mm-hmm. So you want to get called in? No, I'm good. Okay. Play hardball in front of the camera, mm-hmm. but understand that if you cross that line, buddy, we got a folder on you. So keep it nice.
Did all of that.
Keep it cute.
Preparing for this judiciary court.
Keep it cute. Keep it cute. I don't believe that. You're going to call an FBI. What's the main guy?
Pretty much saying he's a liar.
Was it Smith?
You're a liar. You said that.
Was it Smith? The main guy?
I don't remember the name. I just know that they were being questioned.
You're going to call the Department of Justice in front of you and play hardball.
But my thing is, when they're
you think I believe that?
The sad thing, even though we don't trust the FBI, even on our own personal
I didn't say I don't trust the FBI.
No, I'm saying if people are saying that,
I got you.
I don't like the fact that
y'all players.
No, I don't like the fact that the questions that they're asking is trying to smear them, and I don't like that.
Right.
Because the FBI is doing what the FBI does.
Exactly.
But don't try to make them look like they're liars. They already planned this. Why are you coming after Trump? I mean, come on, you guys.
We in this household are friends of the FBI.
Yeah, they're doing their job. Whether we like it or not, they're doing their job. They've been watching a lot of us from day one, but that's their job.
That's their job.
Okay.
Do your job.
If there's any threats, anything against our government,
take them out. Mm-hmm. And we trust the CIA. We trust all of them. Mm-hmm. We love you guys.
You know what? You sound like JJ on Good Times when they had the FBI checking them out, and James lost his job because they found out that one of the family members was corresponding to Cuba.
Michael
was.
Yeah, ain't no Michaels in this house.
James lost his job. JJ lost his job, and he would be saying, "My country, tears," because there may be a bug in the house.
Thank you.
They was afraid. They didn't want to say nothing negative.
There's no Michaels in this house. No Michael Evans.
And we're not corresponding with Cuba. No.
We went there.
Well, now the doors are closed.
We already on the list. They said anybody who has gone to Cuba, you're already automatically on the list.
Why?
Because you went to Cuba. But that's fine. We good. We upstanding citizens.
Do we have to we brought some cigars back. Did we have to get that approved?
We did.
Yeah.
You just be telling everything while you're on the
nervous.
thing. Yeah. No, we good.
Okay.
All right. Emerald says, hey, ladies.
Hey.
Wendy says, hey, siblings. Hey, guys. Leila says, good evening. Tell it like it is, women. Hey. Colleen says, good evening, ladies. Hey, Colleen. Mikey says he is running as a Dem, but he can't win. I think he's running third party though, Mikey.
Green Party.
Oh, Green Party. That's it. Mm-hmm. Where are we at?
But
Emerald says, I'm not voting Trump or Biden. Nobody is. Mikey says, I'm going to be quiet and just listen though. I'm all in for Dr. West. There you go. Mikey says Cornel did vote for Obama, but he still criticized him. We should all hold leaders to account.
That's fine. I get that. And I like when people do that.
Thank you.
At least support. You may not be in agreement 100%, but you know.
He says, okay, now I'll be quiet, laugh out loud. He said, yes. I thought you was going to be quiet, Mikey. That's funny. He said, you ladies are awesome. Emerald says, you wouldn't have been able to leave home, let alone enter city limits. Oh, if we would have said, let's march down to the thing. They would have got us while we was packing our bags.
We're gonna what?
Washington.
We're gonna what?
Lenora, pack your hat. When we get there, we're gonna march. As soon as we open the door to go to the airport.
They would not let us.
They'll be like, where y'all going?
Not even in the city.
No planes are leaving from Chicago. Sorry. To Washington.
Gosh.
You wouldn't have been able to leave home, let alone enter the city limits. Mikey says exactly. Also, I kind of liked X-Files. They were FBI. Oh, I meant RFK. Yes.
Yeah.
You know what X-Files was? FBI.
Mm-hmm, they were.
And my show, Criminal Minds.
CSI.
I love Criminal Minds. That's my favorite show. Sometimes you have bad seeds. That's what you have a FBI agent who goes rogue or he's a bad seed.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like. But you got to let them, they'll clean up whoever's there that's the bad seed.
And we talked a little bit about the local law enforcement. They do get mad when the FBI comes in and says, you need to let him go.
Yes.
Because we are following him.
Yes.
And he's getting the big dog.
Right.
He's not a big dog.
Okay.
And they get mad because they had to let the little dog go.
Yeah.
But
all right. So that's Cornel West. Now this guy, White House warns reporter he may lose his press pass over continued interruptions. Now, when did they start doing that? Remember, it was
the one guy that keeps.
Remember, Trump would do that. He'd throw people out. So now Biden is starting to throw
Martin
people
Lawrence.
out.
I throw people out.
The White House press office on Wednesday issued a formal warning to a journalist over his frequent interruptions at press briefings, cautioning he may lose his pass to the complex if the outbursts continue. Simon Atiba, a reporter for Today News Africa,
wasn't he a problem before? He was a problem before.
Posted the text and screenshots of the letter on his Twitter account. The 2-page document is unsigned, but it lays out numerous instances of when he impeded press briefings by shouting over colleagues or preventing press secretary Karine Jean-Pierre from answering questions.
Yes.
The letter cites guidance issued on May 5th as part of a process for journalists who cover the White House that outline expectations for behavior while on the grounds, which includes respect for others in the building and not impeding events on campus. If you continue, they said, by shouting over your colleagues who have been called on for questions, even after you have been asked to stop, then your hard press pass may be suspended or revoked. So he got him a letter.
He's rude. I think I can't remember what the talking was before, but he was rude to our secretary. What's her name's position? Press secretary.
Jean.
Yeah, I was like, no, you got to
Jean
go.
Pierre.
You got to go, sir.
Well, first of all, he's African, so he gonna. Have you ever seen those African?
The news shows?
No. When they have
debates,
not debates, but their law. The guys who do the laws and stuff, when they be inside the chambers and stuff.
Oh, like our people?
They be yelling and arguing. Remember Chicago?
They get physical, some of them.
Remember Chicago? Do they still do this? Chicago board meeting, they used to stand on the tables and yell. And they gave Harold Washington a heart attack.
He had a heart attack, probably because of his crazy.
Yeah, he went back to his office, sat in his seat, and had a heart attack.
Isn't that sad?
The Chicago alderman. Is it still that bad? I don't know. I think it is because they made what's her name mad? Lightfoot.
Oh, did they?
And she yelled back.
Yeah,
she's
a yeller. Vocal. She was like,
she's a vocal. But we're from Chicago.
Kiss my.
We're here. People talk over each other all the time. We talk over each other. People hate.
You said people make comments about that.
Oh, they always make comments.
I do. Like the black guy, the two black guys that was on Trading Places, Eddie Murphy, the big guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you say you got a mansion. Yeah. I'm that man. Yeah. So I don't know how I'm always talking over you.
The Trump White House in 2019. See, Trump revoked the hard pass of reporter Brian Karine after an altercation he had in the Rose Garden with guests for an event. But the judge ultimately restored his access, ruling that the White House did not provide clear guidance about what would warrant the revocation of the hand pass. Yeah, Trump was throwing everybody out.
And get smart at him. He got smart at the black lady. What's her name?
Oh, he couldn't stand her. Oh, I forgot her name.
April?
What was her name, y'all?
Was it
the
April?
Black lady that Trump
correspondence
He
lady.
couldn't stand her. He got rid of her.
In fact, she was celebrating so many years being one.
Yeah. Let me see. Mikey says, or running as a Dem. Okay, not running as a Dem. Ronnie says, him dividing the party is a good move to make. 45 win. Unified we stand. Yeah. Especially if you want Donald Trump to win. You want Cornel to stay in the race. If you're a person that wants Donald Trump to win, you want Cornel to stay in.
But I'm trying to understand what people that are Democratic and they want to still support, even though they may not be 100% in agreement with Biden, they still don't want the Republicans to win.
Now, what's this? Michigan hair salon owner will apparently refuse trans clients.
play what Whoopi is introducing, how the Supreme Court's decision. Remember the story about the web designer did not want to create a website for this gay couple. Okay. And the Supreme Court had a ruling on that, which I guess that person who had that felt that way can do it because that's their business. Okay. Apparently this woman, this hair salon lady, chimes in thinking probably that the Supreme Court ruling allows her as a hairdresser to even say, I don't do transgender's hair. Now What's
the reason for not doing the transgender's hair?
The people I noticed all the comments below. People said they failed to talk about, she said she would do the LGB, but not the rest of it.
I don't understand.
She'll do gay men, gay women. She won't do transgender.
But why not?
And I don't know why. But go ahead and let Whoopi introduce
I don't understand that. Okay. I don't understand that.
That's her. That's that lady, Kim. A lot of people
recently, the Supreme Court ruled that a Colorado web designer had the right to refuse to design a website for a same-sex wedding that actually wasn't real. Okay, it wasn't.
They made
real.
up the situation.
They made up the situation, and Neil Gorsuch bit. They cited her First Amendment rights. Now, a salon owner in Michigan argues that this gives her the right to refuse to serve transgender clients. First of all,
and this goes into her opinion. So
I don't think any transgender folks are coming to your salon.
They all went back and forth on that. Maybe the lady in Michigan feels like the Supreme Court ruling on a made up story. It wasn't even a real web design situation that didn't want to do a gay person's website. So you would think, why would the Supreme Court do a ruling on a made up story? I guess they were trying to make a point, even if that hypothetical situation happens, that person owning that company has the right to say, no, I'm sorry, I'm not in agreement with your lifestyle. They don't even have to give a reason. They can just say.
So you can say that
this is gray area discrimination.
So you can say that for black people if you don't want to serve black people.
You know, it's so gray. We've all been so used to that as people of color. No, I've had people say they never done my hair before and say no. That's different. I've had salon owners who white persuasion said, I never worked with black hair, so I don't want to mess it up. Let me let Shakina do it, or Tamika. And I'm like, okay, I don't get offended because I want my hair done right. But this is probably saying, as your business owner, you do have some gray area where you can say, I refuse to do business with you for whatever reason. You would think if they feel that way about you, regardless of your sexual preference, your color, or whatever, I don't want them doing anything for me.
No,
because they may spit in my food.
Well,
they may do something in my hair.
Yeah.
I don't want, if you don't celebrate me as a black person, as a gay person, whatever, I don't want to do business with you.
I guess I have
mixed feelings.
I don't know.
You can go either way with this. I know.
That's like somebody who's Muslim saying they don't want to serve Christians.
Yeah.
Because if you want to use to say, well, my religious beliefs, a person who's Muslim could say, or a person Christian could say, we don't serve Muslims here. We don't serve anybody who does not believe that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life.
Only Christians can come here.
Only Christians. And that's my spiritual belief. My sector in Christianity believes that. Just like somebody who's a Muslim who could say, not all Muslims think that way, but my sector of Muslim is very strict and we cannot serve people who are not Muslim.
I think Alyssa was trying to get a point out, and Whoopi and them was just very overbearing, because a lot of the comments I was reading, let Alyssa talk. You don't never let Alyssa talk. She didn't even get to finish her point. But I think where she was going with this is that it gets kind of muddy and gray because depending on the service, if
who's giving the service,
most restaurant people They want you to come eat.
Right.
I don't care if you Muslim, if you gay, if you whatever. I want you to eat my food. My food is good. Taste my food. I want to make money. But when it comes to something where I have my feelings about it has to be a part of what I'm giving as service. I can't do that. Like even with a person who has to write up some stories and write up information about you being gay or transgender, they like, I don't agree with the lifestyle. I can't really support you. What would I say? Because I don't agree. So you would have to do all the writing and I just put it up in color. So it depends on the service and what you offer. That's a touchy one. And I'm really like, oh my God.
Because then you got the argument of people saying, the same people saying, well, these male groups and female groups are unconstitutional.
Yeah.
Why do you have an all-female organization that no man can be in it?
And
then, or can you have a service you don't do women's hair? Not because you can't do it, it's because we don't want women in here.
Yeah, it's a male club
or women having a salon and we don't do male clients. I've seen things up that says no male clients.
And some barbershops.
Is that unconstitutional?
Some barbershops. But they could be, the woman's hair could be cut just like the man's hair. Why can't she come in there and get her hair cut? Can't he refuse women coming in his shop? Or he just let gay women come in his shop? That's real touchy when you start doing that. And that's what they were saying on The View. It's getting to a point where you're like, but it's their private business. They can say, no, I don't do blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. I'm not accepting you. I'm sorry. I don't do cakes for such a... Mama brought up a good point. Churches right now are not under government. So there were ministers that were concerned who are not in agreement with gay marriages.
Okay.
They don't want to be forced to marry someone if they're not in agreement with that. Are they allowed to? Because they're a church. They're non-for-profit. They're not government bound, so they can't say, no, I'm sorry, I don't agree with your lifestyle. That's my faith. That's what I believe in. I can't put you two together in union, so I say no. And I told Mom, I said, think about this. There are Catholics who feel like the priest won't marry you if you're not Catholic. So that's happening now. So this is really an area where it's going to probably get even worse because people are going to be really upfront with, we don't support this group. We support this group. It may go back to the color thing. I don't want to do black people no more, or I don't do Hispanics, or it's just really discriminating when you hear about anything like this. So that's why I wanted to bring it up.
Well, let's see what they say here. Mikey says, going back to Cornel has got integrity that speaks to a lot of folks, and he represents issues that don't get talked about. He's a good man, would be an amazing leader. I think he can win. Okay. Emerald says businesses have a right to refuse service and don't necessarily need to provide a reason.
That's true.
Mikey says, I think we should probably move away from all the discrimination, religion, how you want to love, how you're born. None of that is bothering anyone else. And good point, Roni, because if they don't serve XYZ, that's against my beliefs. Yeah,
it's their private business. They can say no. Remember when Oprah was trying to go to that one boutique, mm-hmm. and they didn't because she was black. So then they didn't know who she was. Mm-hmm. And then when they found out who she was, they were like, oh, so let Oprah in.
So then if that's the reason, if you don't have to give a reason, why are people giving a reason then?
Whoopi said, how would you know somebody's gay if they're coming to your shop to get their hair done? How would you know
that one is stupid?
That's why she was like, are you kidding me? How do you know that's a transgender coming to your shop to get their hair done? They don't tell you who they sleep with.
Emerald says, I think that many people feel that this agenda is being forced upon them. Not saying people don't have a right to be who they believe they are. Yeah, that's a touchy one, y'all. I think we're going to get more and more of these cases because I just don't know. I don't know when do you say that it's discriminatory, and when do you say that I can't serve you because
no reason. You don't have to tell them a reason. Like what's her name said. I'm sorry. I don't.
You're not going to get a pastor who's going to marry 2 gay people if he don't believe in it.
Thank you.
And you can go to another church that would do it. There are Christian pastors and churches that would marry gay people.
Yeah.
So why do you have to go to that particular pastor and force him to marry you?
Because I told Mom, I said, what if they're members there? What if they are members at that church?
Why would you be a member?
And they're paying tithes.
But why would you be a member at a church that don't like that?
Some people are there just to cause friction.
I can't hardly even see the name, y'all. Sorry. Come over to Cozy's at home. We love everybody. I am Christian as well, and God loves everyone. Mm-hmm. All right, Cozy's.
So I think what made that discussion come about is that the Supreme Court ruling said that website owner can say, I'm not doing a website designed for a gay
you
couple.
Are gay or transgender, you might as well forget it. That Supreme Court, honey,
they're very conservative.
Gonna be ruling over anything that is gay and whatever.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, nope.
And they're old school.
No.
Some of them are older, so they got.
To me, I just feel like
I don't even know
what does it matter whether a person is gay or straight or whatever. What does that have to do with your hair?
But a lot of people are saying in the replies, "Go where you're celebrated." Why would you want to try to push that wall down?
Well, that's kind of what Emerald's saying.
To make them accept
people feel like
do my hair.
Kind of what I was saying as far as the transgender and the athletes, because you're forcing everything. Now people are turned off on it's like, I don't want to,
it's overrated. It's over.
My leg hitting. Go ahead. Oh, this thing. Go ahead.
Like they're going too far. You got to do baby steps. We had to do baby steps as blacks.
Yeah, you can't
we had the civil rights movement. We had to do boycotting. We had to do marches.
And I think the more people
still doing that.
The more people see it, and it becomes more normal to people.
They don't want it to be normal. That's the problem.
Yeah.
DeSantis is fighting that.
Emerald says it's so when people stop drinking in a particular beer just because of who they chose to represent that product. Yeah. They Budweiser. Mikey says that's where I'm at. What does it matter?
Thank you.
Yeah, that is true. Sad, but you're all right on that.
Go where you're celebrating.
I don't know what to do, guys. I don't even know how to answer that, because there's certain circumstances where I don't want men.
Yeah.
But if they're
transgender men.
No, I'm saying if it's a woman's thing or a woman's whatever, we don't want men there.
Because we're dealing with that now with our sororities.
And what about men?
And our fraternities.
Y'all might have clubs or cigar clubs or something, and it's like, you don't want a woman there.
Look.
Or you don't want some dude bringing his girlfriend. It's like, dude,
this is good old boys club. I was talking about the good old boys club.
So I don't know.
The good old women's club.
I guess you know what, y'all? We old school. Yeah. It's going away. Yeah. So enjoy the fraternities and the sororities and the women's organizations. They're going away.
They're going to be blended.
It's going to be blended.
Yeah. Even race. I told you.
Yeah.
A lot of kids filling out applications. They don't put their color.
Yeah.
They don't put race. They put other.
And I have no
do
problem.
Not answer.
Because I was in theater heavily back in the day. Mm-hmm. And I used to do plays, and we would do plays at the Irish Heritage Center.
Yeah.
And we walked in, and I was black, and I walked in. I was the only black person in the whole building. And they had classes, and they had all kinds of stuff. And I didn't go, well, why black people aren't here? It's an Irish American Heritage place. And I almost feel like if they're forced, it's like, why are you forcing us to accept everybody? This is for Irish people to come together and talk about our heritage and our family, but everything's so blended. So you can have somebody like me come in and say, well, my mom's Irish.
There you go. That's a part of my culture too.
Obama's darker than me and his mother was white.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's going to become so blended to where you're going to see some black people in the Irish American Heritage place.
You know what came to my mind, and I've said this quickly before you move to the next topic. I thought about those of us who know the Bible and read the Bible as Christians, because I know y'all could be different religions. But as far as Christianity is concerned, the Old Testament, remember when the whole thing with Moses, and leading the children of Israel out of Egypt in bondage. And every single day, Moses had to deal with their complaints. Oh, you left us out here to die. Oh, and God had to keep showing, he showed himself. I'm feeding y'all manna from heaven and quails and birds and all, and y'all still complaining. How God allowed the children of Israel 14 days, I may not be right with the actual time frame, 10 days, 14 days, journey was 40 years.
Yeah, it was supposed to be 40
God
years.
said, this mindset gotta die.
Yeah.
And I really think as we get older, you guys, it's gonna probably be another 40 years. 40 years from now, all of us are going to be gone.
It's going to be
and
different.
The newer generation is going to have a whole new mindset on how they talk about race.
I just care. Only thing
sex,
I care.
Everything.
All this other stuff that we get all bent out of shape about. And even though I may have my own conservative views or whatever.
Right.
My main thing is just treat people good.
Thank you.
I don't care what you are. I don't care if you got pink hair or whatever.
Or some
just treat
funny
people.
tube coming out, hit the head on the side of you.
Just treat people good.
Just respect. And like God said, love. If He loves everybody, why can't we just try? We differences and still treat them nice.
All that other stuff we can disagree on and argue about and debate, but if we keep that core fundamental, and I just feel like this country's changing. It's a lot. People matter now. They meaner. It's just different. I just wish people love each other.
Fears. Like I brought up that episode of y'all need to watch Wonder Years. The last episode is when the dad was a little concerned about his neighbor at the time was when they just dressed like women.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, "Son, come on in, son." Drag queen kind of thing. They got to know each other. He helped him write his song for Marvin Gaye, and he shared things on how he can do his entertainment good. It was the fears that they conquered and got to know what was in common, even though the guy was a cross-dresser. Yeah. So it's fears that's keeping us from even helping people.
Well, that's my God's commandment.
Yeah, my mother said God's commandment.
But Mom, I think we get love mixed up with judge. We quick to judge people.
Mikey says, well, like Roni said, if they don't want certain folks, they should post it on the door. That way the people who they don't want know, and the rest of us can decide if that's where we want to go.
Yeah, if we're not accepted there.
Sometimes they won't post that, but if they post something else, you'll know. That's you know what I'm saying? Like if they post Go Mega or Donald Trump rules, you be like, okay, I know that.
I can't sit in.
I already know what kind of place this is, and you decide whether you want to go. If I want a burger, I don't care if it's a mega person or whatever. Or you may say, I don't want a burger from a mega person. Yeah. So, all right, let's skip over these
my burger
and go right to Meek Mill.
Okay.
Meek Mill addresses backlash for saying free Tory Lanez during a Rolling Loud performance. I don't got a controlled voice, he said. You can't control me. That's what he's saying. Meek Mill is responding to social media criticism after shouting out free Tory Lanez during a recent performance. As the Shade Room previously reported, Lanez is currently awaiting sentencing in the shooting trial of fellow rapper Megan Thee Stallion. So
he's the one that was found guilty.
Not him, Tory Lanez.
Oh, okay.
Tory Lanez, little short guy, little short fella. Mama say fella. Little short fella. Got convicted of shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot.
Okay.
I believe he did it. I've always felt like he did it. It was only 4 of them in the car. Mm-hmm. If he's saying it's not her friend and she didn't shoot herself, and they all saying it wasn't the bodyguard, well, little man, you're the only one left.
Rule you out. We not ruled you.
But his whole defense is you couldn't prove I did it, so therefore I should be free.
My word against theirs.
Yeah, no, we don't. Nobody cares about that. Mm-hmm. So you got this great divide between some people who feel like Tory Lanez didn't do it, maybe it was her friend or whoever, or they didn't prove it. Or people who feel like he did do it and he belongs to be behind bars. Mm-hmm. Apparently, Meek Mill falls into the line of people who believe that he should be free.
Oh, wow. But he don't have no answer.
Then there's some people who, that believe he might have done it, but he didn't do it intentionally.
It's just a mistake.
He was drunk and he probably was waving the gun and
it went off.
So you shouldn't take his whole life away from him from a mistake.
He has a point there.
So at the end of Meek Mill's concert, he was at Rolling Loud festival. He yelled on the microphone, "Free Tory Lanez." And so he's getting a lot of backlash from that.
You are, man.
Because people are saying nobody protects black women. Black women are always at the bottom of the totem pole. Here you have one black woman who won a case, and black guy is on stage saying, free the guy.
Thank you.
So I think he may just don't like Megan Thee Stallion.
But here's the thing. Even though it could have been a mistake that he did the gun shooting or whatever, the fact is he still disrespected her and he caused her pain.
And when he did it, when he said it, the crowd cheered. Going back to Trump, this young generation likes rebels. They love rebels. They love people that push against the system. Mm-hmm. They love that. So I'm telling y'all, they are for Trump. They're for anybody that pushes against the system, anybody who is, whatever. If it's against what's right, they for you.
They like it.
They like
they
it.
Rebellious. They don't care.
That's what they want.
It's me, my thing.
So you got to understand that. That's why when people get
generational thinking.
That's why the more you keep saying, why y'all twerking? They gonna twerk more. The more you say, every time y'all get on stage, y'all got to be naked as women. Mm-hmm. They gonna take more clothes off. Okay. Everything. If you want young people to do something, you got to say the opposite. It's that
I don't even know if that works anymore because people know that you're doing it.
It's that old joke. Maverick said, love your jokes. Thank you, Maverick. It's that old joke of bring the guy over who you don't want to be with.
For your dad to
meet.
He'll approve it, won't
approve it. Then bring the next guy over and say you can't stand him, and your dad approve him.
Yeah, because you lowered the bar.
Or it's just the opposite.
Uh-huh.
So, or the opposite, the parent. If it's somebody who you like, you can't tell them you really like them, because the kid will be like, "Why she like them so much?" Something must be wrong with him.
That's funny because that's another episode on Wonder Years.
Oh, that one.
She brought a boy home,
and they all liked him. Mm-hmm. See, that was on the Cosby Show too. Mm-hmm. What's his name? Who Vanessa was gonna marry? Remember?
Oh, yeah.
She was going to marry Dabness. And when she first brought Dabness home, they didn't like him.
She wanted to stir up something.
And remember, they didn't like Dabness.
No, that's what she wanted.
And that made her want him even more. But then
they started liking him.
Dabness is doing stuff around the house. He's fixing things up. The mom likes him. The grandmother likes him. The kid, everybody, the siblings like him.
Now
and then she don't like him.
And they break up.
Where's
Dabness? Ma, I'm home now.
Now, if you know that, why do we keep falling for the old okie doke, people?
I know.
If you don't want them to do something, you gotta say opposite. Twerk more. I think y'all should walk on stage naked. Why you lift one thing up? Next time, lift both. If people did that, she'll be like,
huh? I'm not shocking you guys anymore. I'm not like
Why would you lift one bra thing up? You're on stage. Take the whole thing off.
I don't know. People don't. It's one of them shock things where you think right away you're in shock that they did it or didn't do it. So that's what they want. They wanted that response. So it's hard to get in mind, let me not do it because that's what they want.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I just think we should start saying opposite. So he's saying free Tory Lanez. He knows
that's how he feels.
But he knows the crowd is going to cheer and he knows he's going to get backlash from social media. It makes people come to his page. People talking about Meek Mill. We talking about Meek Mill.
And he wants to show support for him. What's his name? So
yeah.
But like you said, maybe he don't like Megan.
Or he don't care either way. He just wants to say something shocking.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying.
He's irrelevant now. He's in the news.
Exactly.
I don't like that because a lot of entertainers, we don't know if they're doing things just to be in the news.
To be shocking.
Oh.
That's why they're doing it.
Okay.
To be shocking. Okay. Every day we try to do a TikTok of the day.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You didn't see this one, right?
No.
This is the one I chose this one as the TikTok of the day.
Of the day.
And who is that? Because I can't read. These glasses are horrible. Who is that? What does that say?
This baby is saved.
No, the name of the person who posted
Black Church Talk.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Oh, you want to do the thing? Okay.
He laying hands on everybody. Watch this. He lay hands on the dog. That's him in church.
Oh, look. You know what? Look at this little outfit.
The dog gets me. Look at him.
He laying hands on the dog.
You have to say it later, Mom.
And he's going to touch the dog too.
He laid hands on the dog.
Laying hands.
My mother laughing. You haven't seen it, have you, Mom? Ma, you haven't seen it, have you?
His little church outfit.
When you see it, he laid hands on his mom or whoever, his aunt or sister or whatever, and then he went and laid hands on the dog. And then he started jumping up and down praise dancing, Mom. And then they showed him in church praise dancing.
With his little outfit on. Look at him. Well,
I'm going to tell you right now.
That's how we all grew up.
If I was in the house, I want him to lay hands on me too.
Yeah.
He could get a prayer through. God probably.
A child shall lead them.
A child shall lead them.
He said, come to me as a child, as innocent.
Can you imagine God's heart saying that? Lay hands on me too, little boy, if I'm there. I'll accept it.
Maybe the mom should keep this film, and when he gets older and he starts acting like a knucklehead, son.
You know what I would do? I would embarrass him. If he's on the corner selling drugs, I would bring this TikTok back from 2023.
Look at my little man.
Look at him, y'all. He was laying hands up a few years ago.
The glory of God was over him. And he be trying to like, Ma, you embarrassing me.
She gotta stay on him.
Yeah.
He can't go wrong. If he did try, I would be in the car, out on the corner, singing hallelujah.
But that's how black folks are. Because remember the comment that Rosie O'Donnell made?
What?
She was being funny. Being negative, but being funny about the award show. She said, why is it that
we always thank God.
Rap artists, just vulgar as whatever, get up there and say, giving honor to God, who's the head of my life. I thank you, Lord. And she made a comment about that being
black people gonna say thank God.
Black people gonna thank God first.
You know why? I was watching Snoop Dogg on YouTube, and Snoop Dogg, his mom was a Christian, so
spiritual person.
That's why he did that gospel album for his mom before she passed away,
and won an award for it.
And he went back to this is when his mother was alive, and he went in her house. Still, she's same house. She don't want no big old mansion.
Okay.
And the church ladies was there, prayer meeting, Ma.
Yeah.
They was at prayer meeting, and he walked in. Oh, his real name, not Snoop. Y'all, what's Snoop's real name? I forgot it.
Not Charles. What is
what is Snoop?
Calvin.
Hey, Calvin. We love you, Calvin. We gonna lay hands. There's laying hands on him. And they said, Calvin, God still got he working on you. He's still working on you, Calvin. And he said, I love God. I love you, ladies. He give them money. Miss Johnson, I see you wearing that. That's such and such. Oh, thank you, Calvin. It's a gift from you. He makes sure all of them, their houses is all put. They all live in regular neighborhoods. Make sure their houses. Miss such and such. Your door is your door broke? No, Calvin. You send somebody over. He makes sure his mom's friend.
His mom's friend.
And then he went into the kitchen and his mom said, "Don't you ever do anything without giving God the glory." He said, I give God the glory on every. She said, see, so that's why you always hear black people get up there and do that. Because their parents or their mom or dad or their grandma, somebody prayed for me, had me on their mind, took the time to pray for me. I'm so glad she prayed. So glad.
I'm so glad she prayed.
So glad.
I'm so glad she prayed for me.
My grandma prayed for me, had me on her mind, took the time to pray for me. I'm so glad she prayed. So glad.
I'm so glad she prayed.
So glad.
I'm so glad she prayed for me.
My uncle prayed for me,
had me on his mind. No, I would get to my teacher prayed for me. We'd have named everybody in the family.
My sister
prayed for me. Prayers of the righteous availeth much.
So when you get up and win that award, now somebody gonna say that little man. That baby prayed for me.
Put his little hand on her head.
Had me on the dog.
And you know what?
The dog.
And that's why it's so important.
Because he got prayed for too.
Oh, that's so important, though. That just shows you kids watch. They're like recorders. They do everything you do. So please.
That's right.
Be on your best behavior.
Now, just like he's copying that.
Yes.
He could very easily copy twerking.
And a lot of them do. They be twerking with their mama.
Or he can copy instead of laying hands. He could be the MF mother.
Thank you. And he's 3 years old, cussing you out. You're like, oh my God. So yeah, we really need to pay attention to what
your kids see.
Oh Lord.
So he's watching that. Mm-hmm. So let's play him
emulating.
Oh. I want to see the dog again. Look at the dog.
The dog's like, huh?
What's up? Huh? Love it. All right.
Okay. Now we got to do before we...
I have seen... Mikey says... I have seen that. Laugh out loud. I see Mega. I go, okay, I'm going to try the place next door. If you see Mega in the window. Oh. Mikey says, then we need more good rebels and less bad ones. Yes. Mm-hmm. Cornel West is a good rebel. John Lewis was too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Emerald says, yes, good trouble. Good trouble. Yeah, I remember he said do trouble, but good trouble.
And the sad thing about it, we had just found out that one of the guys is being arrested for going into Nancy Pelosi's
The one guy who got not arrested, he got sentenced.
I'm sorry.
He went in Nancy Pelosi's office. That's probably the one that had his feet up on the
that was him.
And she had a signed picture from John Lewis and her.
And he stole it.
He stole it and they can't find it. And so he don't know where it is.
I put him under the jail.
She could never replace that.
That was a keepsake that he stole.
That's like having something, a picture you and Martin Luther King or something, and somebody take it. A signed picture of you and Martin Luther King.
You want to go in that courtroom?
She probably want to hit him in the head with a hammer, like her husband got hit in the head with a hammer.
Let me get at you. Yeah. Okay.
Emerald says, "Singing sisters." So right. I saw a little boy working his mama's stripper pole on YouTube.
See, train up a child in the way they should go. When they are old, they will not depart.
And Mikey said, "What? That's sad."
It is. Okay.
All right, y'all. So final story. Lenora always wants to know who Charlemagne the God's donkey of the day is on the Breakfast Club.
Thank you.
Police say a married couple arrested for stealing over $90,000 from youth soccer league.
How does that happen?
It says here, a married couple was arrested for stealing thousands of dollars from a youth soccer organization in Old Bridge. Old Bridge police say the former president of the league, Kathleen Morosky, I guess that's her, and her husband, who served as field director for the same league, both were arrested and charged for stealing more than $91,000 from the youth organization. After a 6-month investigation, police say it appeared the couple made unauthorized withdrawals of the league's accounts to fund personal purchases, including expenses related to Walt Disney World and other travel, an extravagant party for their child, and Amazon purchases, utility bills for their home. Police say the couple are former residents of Old Bridge and have since relocated to another place. Anyone with any information about this case, contact Detective Caffey. So he gave them Donkey of the Day because he felt like these little leagues are ways to get kids, keep them out of trouble. Yeah, keep them out of trouble. And you're stealing from kids.
Oh, a soccer league.
A soccer league.
Oh, no. That's a lot of money. This must have been over a period of time.
Probably. $90,000.
Oh, God.
So
y'all are truly donkeys.
He gives them Donkey of the Day.
I hate when you see that in the news, that it does affect a child's program. Mm-hmm. That's what makes me like, young people or seniors.
People don't like you to mess. And they found out that man, the one we talked about yesterday, Nasser, whatever his name is, the one that went to prison with the gymnastics girls, who got stabbed all over his body, and he don't want to talk about it. He don't want to say nothing. Guess why they said they stabbed him?
Why?
He was in the general thing, I guess, and you know they have a TV, and he asked if he could watch Wimbledon.
They stabbed him for that. Why? Wimbledon is tennis.
I guess it was women's tennis. Oh. I don't know why they stabbed the man because he wanted to watch Wimbledon. You know why they stabbed him? Nothing to do with gymnastics. Oh my God. He could have said anything. He could have walked up and said, "Can y'all turn to Good Times?" Oh, hell no!
They don't like you.
We don't like you.
Oh,
just sit in the back of the room, and watch television, and shut your mouth.
Oh my gosh,
that's what they said. The rumor
allegedly, that's what it is.
Allegedly, and the place is overstaffed, understaffed. And the 2 guards that was on duty was handling business somewhere else. And so he came in the room with the TV and said, "Do you mind if you could turn to
Apparently they mind.
Do you mind if you could turn to Wimbledon?"
Oh no.
Now, they could have stabbed him, one, because they didn't like him.
Well.
Or who goes to a prison and say turn to Wimbledon?
Oh, you're thinking for that reason too?
He could have got stabbed for that reason.
I don't know.
We're not watching no tennis, man. Are you crazy?
But we don't know. That could be that's the reason why they're saying he was shanked, is what they call it.
He got shanked a lot of times.
Oh no.
And no one cares. No one cares that man got. No one cares.
Well, he's in intensive care. Is he out now?
I guess he's okay.
That releases
he's
him from
enough,
the crazy.
and for you to live.
Yeah, he didn't die.
Is it a read? Did somebody pray for him?
Somebody pray for him. Had him on their mind. Oh no,
I'm not singing that song for him.
Oh, well,
I say somebody.
No.
I say somebody stabbed him.
No. That's the very thing that we always talk about. There's criminals in prison now, in jail, who are finding Jesus.
All right, well,
and
whatever.
they're turning their lives around.
Talked about yesterday the crazy Charles Manson lady.
They let her go.
I still think
she said she's found spiritual.
But here's the question:
growth.
Why can't you find Christ and still stay in prison and just preach Christ there?
I know.
She could be an evangelist in prison.
Exactly. Yep. Continue your days.
We was talking the other day. I'm not going to
never find Christ.
Yeah, they got rid of him. After you eating somebody, the blood, he really wanted the blood of Jesus.
No.
And this is in remembrance of my body.
Serious, yeah.
But imagine, we was just talking about the other day. I'm not going to mention names. Somebody who, I can't say the words, but we've been saying it, I guess, who got rid of 2 people.
Okay.
Their demise.
Oh, we took that.
And he was supposed to spend the rest of his life in prison. And then you told me he's out.
Because they could be doing the same thing that Charles Manson lady. And
Mama said he's an evangelist. Oh. But why can't he be saved and still be an evangelist in prison?
Well, I remember we always concerned about the death penalty. So most people in whatever state they do that, they get the death penalty. They don't even have a chance to get out. They find Christ, if they become Muslim or whatever, and then they take their lives.
And then I think it's how you demise somebody.
Yeah.
If it's like the heat of passion and it's, whatever, that's different.
Right.
But if you slaughter.
Yeah. You took time and you just.
How do you get rehabilitated from that? You're crazy.
Yeah.
And how do we know you're not going to get crazy again?
I don't know. You may flip again.
Yeah.
I don't know. That makes you go, dang, the sun went that quick.
All right, we didn't have no sun out all day.
No, it was out just now. It was out. Actually 5 minutes ago.
All right, y'all. Let me see what y'all said here. Emerald says $90,000 and you go to Disneyland and buy Amazon products. I think today is the last day for Amazon Prime, y'all.
Is it? Why?
They have 2 days. You get 2 days of Amazon Prime deals. A lot of deals.
Yeah. Not Amazon Prime, like
Prime deals.
Okay.
Deals.
Okay.
Emerald says I wouldn't do it, but if I did, I would do an extended vacay overseas. And the Lord is probably using them to bring sinners closer to Christ. Yeah.
That's
other people who were murderers or whatever.
Because you keep thinking about the thief on the cross. Who knew what that thief did? But the other guy, he should have taken the hint and called on him too. But remember me in paradise. He said that's the man that came to die for us. He said we should be
and
on this
I
cross,
agree.
not Jesus.
What did he do? That's what they was like. What did he do?
He didn't do nothing, but knucklehead, we should be on this cross.
And do you notice, even though the guy, Jesus said, you'll be with me in paradise, he didn't let him off the cross.
He still died.
So why are we letting these people out of prison?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you still got to do the time.
That's what the other
Don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
No, don't do it.
And keep your, what is it?
Keep your eye
on the sparrow.
When the going is narrow.
What was that?
Well.
What was that?
It was somebody.
Beretta.
Yep.
And he killed his wife. Oh my God!
What made you think of that song? Because he's a criminal too, right? Did he get arrested?
What, the wife?
Or did he get off?
I think he got off, didn't he?
I think he got off for killing his wife.
So allegedly he killed his wife.
Okay. It's funny you thought of that song.
Beretta.
And we talking about criminals.
He talking about don't do the crime if you can't do the time. And he gonna allegedly
don't do
off his wife.
Every now and then I love singing those songs to those different shows that we used to watch. Cannon, Mannix.
All that stuff comes full circle. O.J. Simpson doing a commercial, him running through the airport. Then he gets on the airport allegedly after getting rid of his wife, and he's running through the airport to get out of L.A. to fly to Chicago. Yeah. Where he broke his hand. I mean, his hand got cut on a glass in the hotel room.
Yep.
Anyway.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Emerald says, no, he didn't. The Lord is probably, no, he didn't. Okay. All right, y'all. So that's it.
Your book to show. We got to.
Oh, don't forget to get our book, 100 Family Friendly Jokes, on Amazon. Today, Prime deal. I don't know if it's a deal or not. I don't know what they do.
Okay.
But the link is in the description. We're working on another volume. Somebody asked if we had a volume 2. So we need to get that out there. And we're working on some t-shirts and stuff of some of the things that we say. Merry heart of good. Laughter is medicine for the soul.
I wonder, should I do a shirt called Moron?
You should do one that says moron with me or something. Saying somebody's a moron. Okay. That's it.
Okay.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Oh, hold on. Don't forget to like. Oh, yeah, because I don't want this on while I'm talking. That crazy looking couple. And I agree with Emerald. They should have went somewhere.
$90,000.
They should have went somewhere far away. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Always believe. Emerald says, no, he was acquitted. Yeah. Oh, he's dead now. He's dead now.
Died.
Yeah.
What was his, Robert York or something?
Something. We can't remember his name, y'all.
Okay.
But yeah, you're right. He got acquitted for that. Okay. All right. Because they couldn't prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. So, like, comment, subscribe, always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See y'all later.